King's Cross area is physically split by the Regent's Canal, the railway line, and a major traffic road. These streets, which were once dominated by pimps, prostitutes and drug dealers, today are claimed by tourists, businessmen, students and families arriving at the St. Pancras International. 40% of the development is claimed to be world-class open spaces with highest standards in design, management and maintenance. With so much focus on the highly visible King's Cross Central, questions are raised as to who, if anyone, is minding the surrounding area.
That whole road is like completely changed in every ways, in all aspects. I mean, you couldn't work alone in this road on a daylight. Okay. You couldn't, drive, but now, I mean, in 20s, this looks brilliant.
You wouldn't come here at night time, walk along here at night time. No, I would, but I mean, I wouldn't recommend a woman to do that. Walk around here in the dark on her own. Come on.
It's probably safe, maybe at this time. Later than that, maybe you get robbed for your stuff. It's just part of life, innit? When you're hungry, no money, no work, I have to take. Yeah. Not me, but that's how life is.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not about scared, they know, innit? It's not about anyone telling you something. You already just know from the way life is, from your elders, maybe older people than you tell you, or even your parents tell you that this area is not safe.
I think you can notice that as well. Just look around and you can see many litter lying around. It doesn't look nice, that's why. I also would like some sort of ambiance.
There's loads of rubbish around here, man. As you can see, you don't even need to look too far. Look on the other side of the road, yeah? You would see there's dirt on the floor there, yeah? You know what I'm saying? Just messy, innit, to be honest. It's not a place where you would want to let your kids outside to play,
I'd love to keep it clean and I try to, but it's the public that let you down, It's they throw all the rubbish in here. You see sometimes there's tins and Coke cans and bottles floating around.
The council are rubbish. They don't do nothing. They just want to take the money and not give to no one.
Nothing, but you come in the Euro station and everyone say busy, still empty. No any effort for us.
So what is the problem?
That side people, not this side.
What that side people?
That's the King Cross station. That's right.
A lot of the modern developments are, very damaging for these sorts of things, and they are short-term investments which damage us in the long term.
Hegemony of some spaces renders them more visible, and spaces that are not minded wither away. However, a few concerned individuals have come together to reclaim the open spaces and demand environmental justice.
One thing I will say is that there are a lot of people who really care, and there are people who are willing to give up their free time to protect spaces like this.
Started nearly 30 years ago by a few
community, they saw that it was a big piece of land, that nothing was happening in here. So they put themselves together and they campaigned to have the land from the council as a green space, and the philosophy behind was, because everybody's living in flats in here, it was to be used by the community as the back garden that nobody has in this area.
The main issue really is maintaining the access for Londoners to wild green spaces such as this.
One gentleman came along and he said, "Isn't that awful?" I was looking out that window there. "Isn't that awful, looking at this?" And Sheila said yes. He said, "Can you do something with it?" She said, "If we had any money, yes." And he gave her £10,000 there and then.
Our young people have been telling us, as have our residents, that it's very, very unattractive here and it doesn't kind of fit in with the new building. You've got this lovely estate here and kind of nothing around. So about 18 months ago, we had one of our funders who was speaking with our director, and he was actually sitting up there in that window. And he said, "Well, okay, this is fantastic, but what about this area down here?" Which was completely it was just concrete, not very nice. And Sheila said, "Well, we don't have any money to do anything with it." So he said, "That's fine, I'll give you the money. Go ahead and do the consultation, do the development."
The people over there in that building, New Horizon, they raised the money, and then they invited as many people as wanted to go to a meeting up in that thing up there. And I thought, well, there's no point in going empty-handed. Let's go and have a look at it, because there was nothing here at all. It was worse than that, because it's bigger than that. And so I walked around, took a few eye measurements rather than proper ones, went back into the flat and drew this.
This is how it looked, similar. It was similar to that before we did the landscaping, and that's the new one. What's going to happen with this, we hope, if we get money from our funders, is to landscape the whole area here and to kind of have something similar to that. So we're looking forward to doing that.
We have a caretaker who comes in 5 days a week, but he only does the outside. The inside just remains amazingly clean. Really? The locals take care of it. Take your own rubbish. There's a dustbin there.
It gives it more of a sense of home. What we try to do is kind of keep them quite low and not kind of have a because it's my theory that if you put sort of fences around something, you get angry and pull them all up. So if you just kind of leave it as it's your kind of your garden, you're not going to get any vandalism at all. And as you can see, there hasn't been any. So I think it really gives it a sense of just to see that and the difference between those two areas. The young people have been happy about it. The community has, and it just looks lovely.
The simple act of minding has triggered a process of environmental change. This is generated by agencies of individuals by involving other actors at the grassroots level. The result is transformation of abandoned spaces and dumping yards into places recognized by all the communities as fundamental for their well-being.
The majority understand that there is a need for change, and they are adapting themselves to this change.
I think we should work together. That would be great, you know.
I think that green things, plants, are very good for the overall mental health of communities, and trees make people feel better. It's just a fact.
This transformation has helped to identify the causes which drives minders to action. Planners need to reframe these experiences in a way that can be communicated to and repeated by others so that London may become a city of minded places.